think, this one's so cool and for so many reasons, right? Like you just turned 50, got the BQ at Ventura, 319, right? And we've got some big goals for the rest of the year. And I'm sure we'll talk about that throughout. But I just wanted to hear from you what it was like, getting to maybe 20, maybe 18, 20, 22 miles, being like, I'm on this, I'm here. Like, I can do this. Because it's such a rewarding feeling for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of work to come through and see it right there. What was that like for you?
I think it uh, built off of the program you built me when we first connected in November, I believe, which
Yep.
which was the fact that I tend to overtrain, and when you don't really have a program, you're using like I run a lot of ultras, so that's kind of
Yep.
my primary food group.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to Boston qualify, I knew that I didn't want to get on the starting line overtrained. So you really helped me design a program where you're like, hey, don't give me this 20-mile long runs. Is no more than 2 hours 45 minutes. I'm like 2 hours 45 minutes, so we really held a healthy baseline. And I used that same thought process during the race, which is hold it, be patient, be patient, be patient. And I have to be honest, I felt good the entire way up until probably even at mile 20, I was like, I feel pretty good. Should I push? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I kept a really healthy distance from the pacer in front of me, about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, maybe a minute. And I just kept that distance. And I was like, no, you hold it until 23. Don't push yet. Don't push yet. And then at 23, I started to go slightly under my hovering pace, which is anywhere between high 720s to 745, And I never looked at my heart rate the whole race, never.
Yeah.
I set some alarms to beep beep, within a range. And then 23, I let go. 24, 25, 25, I felt a little calf like
Yeah.
tingle. Then I slowed it down just a tad. And then when I saw the finish line, I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna cramp. So I then picked it up.
Gotta go.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so I learned a lot from you in terms of the emphasis. I think we had a chat 3, 4 days before
Yeah.
the run where you're like, you got to take it easy in the first, 13, 14, 50 miles. Like, just take it easy. Start off 750. 750? And I was like, all right, let's do it. So I kept it slow. I never charged uphill, and I never picked up speed at corners. So I thought those two little tricks was useful.
Yeah. And I mean, I loved your pacing graph when it came through on final stage. I was like, nailed it, perfection, good to go. Like even
Oh,
before I had any context, from chatting afterwards. But I think I love to highlight that for people because for so many people that have been like chasing a breakthrough and they're like, I got to be on pace and I got to hold the line, and I got to be right there. You're just another example of like showing if you ease up a little bit in the first bit, it's so much easier to be in it. And like, it's nothing to be 10, 15 seconds off at a couple miles in, but be feeling so good and right there. And like the confidence builds from that.
you did the math for me. You always, voice of reason. You're like, hey, even if it's 10, 15 seconds, it's only 30, 40 seconds. That is true. But in our head, we're like, oh my God, I'm going to be behind. But the
Yeah.
net effect is a minute, 35 seconds.
Yeah.
In retrospect, you're looking at a 3 hour-ish run.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Well,
yeah, that.
I'll look at it too and go, you could be to halfway and be bang on and be like, oh, I'm holding on and I got to do that again and I know what's coming, right? Or you could be halfway, like, 30 seconds, a minute off and be like, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I might be able to actually pick this up. And just that like shift in mentality for looking at the second half of the race, I find gets you to 2021 going like, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. And just like that shift makes you go, I can do this. I can do this. And it's like, that's a great mindset to have in the last 5, 6 miles.
Yeah,